What's up, you guys? It's Natalie back with another video. I am just hopping on here really fast to just kind of address COVID-19 and the Black Lives Matter movement, just because I feel really heavy about the situation, as everyone should. So we're gonna start with COVID. You guys, if this bugs you, well, I'm sorry, get over it, because nurses and doctors were all day at work trying to save lives. No one, I feel, understands that, besides us nurses and doctors. We literally stand on the floor for 8 to 12 hours, maybe 16 if we work doubles, and all day wearing a mask. We used to be able to change our masks when they got, wet or whatever throughout us breathing and stuff. The masks get gross. So just imagine a nurse having to wear that same mask their whole shift, because now the pandemic has taken that privilege away from us, not being able to change our mask back and forth. People in their daily lives don't have to wear this mask for 8 hours. They have to wear it when they go grocery shopping or when they go out of their house into a public scene. And it's just so mind-blowing to me that people aren't able to wear this to a 30-minute grocery shopping trip. It just pisses me off. I truly don't understand that. I wear this for 8 hours to 16 hours a day. Like it's nothing. It doesn't bother me because I'm used to it. And not saying everyone should be used to this, but everyone should realize that we are all in a global pandemic and we are all suffering. We are all trying to work hard for our money, everything. And it's just so gut-wrenching to see that women and men are literally in grocery stores or in public outings saying that this is America and this is the land of the free. Well, get this. It is not the land of the free right now because of the whole Black Lives Matter movement. The Black Lives Matter movement, they do fucking matter. And I want people to understand that. Black lives do matter. And no, all lives do not matter until Black Lives Matter, because that's not all lives, okay? So until the Black Lives Matter really truly matter and we can end racism, that's when all lives matter. I just want people to really focus and realize that this is not only affecting you, it is affecting everyone around you. It is affecting your kids, your grandparents, your significant others, your fucking animals, whoever it is, it's affecting them. And I just can't preach that anymore. COVID-19, it's a serious virus. It is a global pandemic virus. A lot of people have been dying from this, and a lot of people have been quarantined for this. And everyone that has been complaining about it and, oh, mama, I can't go out to eat, or I can't go out to the club to be with my friends, or I don't even know, go drinking, whatever it is. It's just like, are you serious? So you're willing to risk human lives just to go out and party with your friends. That makes me sick. It makes me sick to think that there are actual people in this world that do not give a crap about anyone's health, but they give a crap about going out to drink with their friends and party and do all this crap. And it's so irritating to me. And I can't express that anymore. When the whole pandemic happened, it was hard on a lot of people. Everyone lost their jobs, and it just flipped everyone's world upside down. You guys need to understand, this is the second Great Depression we have hit, and I can't even imagine. I never thought that I would live through a Great Depression like my grandparents did. My great-grandparents, my bad. But it's just to think about what my great-grandma did during the Great Depression, and that she literally didn't have anything, and she would have to scrap for food and water and things for the house or her kids. I get it. That's hard. But we all need to be unified and understand that you need to quarantine yourself for 14 days. Everyone needs to quarantine themselves for 14 days to understand that it's saving people, it's saving lives, it's not spreading the virus, but people aren't taking that advice. They're going out and they're doing whatever the fuck they want because it's the land of the free. And it makes me so upset to think about that. I haven't seen my family in over 5 months. My nephew is now almost 6 months old, and it kills me. I haven't seen him since he was born, and even before he was born, I was the one that couldn't see him because I had an infection on my finger. So it took me even longer to be able to meet my nephew just because of a stupid infection. So just imagine a global pandemic virus. It's hard on everyone. And it's not just hard on you, it's hard on everyone. I literally have only seen Sean's part of the family because right before we were leaving, like there was birthdays and stuff, and I finally had gotten to see my family. Like literally a night before I left, I saw everyone together. And even the time that I saw them before that, it was because one of our cousins had committed suicide. That is so hard to not see my family for over 5 months, and then our cousin committed suicide, and that's when I was able to hug my family. That just makes me so incredibly sad that people just can't stay inside, get unemployment money that's getting you twice as much as what you normally make when you're at your job. I just don't understand that. I wish I was making unemployment. I wish sometimes during this pandemic that I had lost my job so that I could make the money that you guys are making. But no, I work hard. I only made $15 an hour in California, and I wiped people's ass. So just think about that.
Oh. Hey guys, look at my YouTube poop. What's
This is a serious video, babe.
Love you.
I love you. So, the Black Lives Matter movement as well. It just really touches my heart. Like, I literally saw all the protests and everything. I opened freaking Twitter. Oh my god. My mistake, but I haven't been like on the internet to see everything truly. So as soon as I opened Twitter when everything was going down, and I started seeing all these videos of these little kids getting like shot with those bullets and sprayed with pepper spray, it made me cry. Like I was literally bawling to Sean because I didn't know how to feel. Like I could not express like pain that I feel everyone should have felt. It is just so crazy that there's so many people now being exposed on the internet about racism, and it's such a heavy topic. And I'm white. When I was in freshman or sophomore year, I can't really remember, but I had a black boyfriend, and it just made me so sad because my dad had told me I wasn't allowed to date him, and I didn't really understand why. It didn't click, you know, like I knew who my dad was and I knew who this person who I was dating was, but it was so crazy that my dad didn't even need to meet the guy to tell me that I can't date someone with that color of skin. It makes me so just sad nowadays to think about that, just knowing like, because I couldn't lie and tell that person why I was breaking up with them, you know, like I had to tell him the truth. I had to tell him, look, I'm not allowed to date black people, I guess. And I didn't realize that was like a huge deal because I grew up with everyone, different races, different ethnicities, different everything. It just never occurred to me that that's how our older generation was. And I never, ever want to raise my kids to think that they can't love someone because of the color of their skin, or date someone or whatever it is because of the color of their skin. Like, that makes me so sad. Like, people right now that are just so angry at the Black Lives Movement honestly should not be, because they have been angry for centuries and they have been angry for years on years getting abused and beaten down and just misjudged by everyone. And I just think that that is just, it's so rude. And I just, like, I can't even express how I feel about that because I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry about this situation because I'm angry. I'm angry that my elder generation and all these people aren't realizing that police brutality is a serious matter and the Black Lives Movement is a serious matter. And my life, I'm going to say my life does not matter until all Black lives matter. I do not care what happens to me as long as those people are safe and they understand that I respect who they are and respect their ethnicity and their culture. Like, that just, it makes me so just sick to my stomach to think that people can't put themselves in other shoes because they have this white privilege. I can't even count how many times I've tried to put myself in others' shoes because I need to understand what's going on with people. It's just something about my personality and who I am that if I see someone helpless on the floor crying, I'm going to do everything I can to get them back up on their feet, make sure that they're not crying, and send them on their way. I feel as if I would never ever let someone suffer in that way. And the fact that everyone knows that cops are pigs, but yet they don't want to do anything about it, that's the problem, and that is the issue at stake. I know plenty of cops. My mom has a best friend that's a cop. My sister's ex-boyfriend is a cop, and his whole family. I know these people. They are good people. And they are cops. And we're not saying that all cops are fucking pigs and that beat people and kill people like it's nothing. We're saying that no matter what, the police stations everywhere are corrupt. Anyone that gets a gun strapped to them and a badge on their chest thinks that they are like just armored up. They don't have any consequences in the world. They can say whatever they want and do whatever they want. And it is so sad. There are so many police officers that take advantage of what they do. Like, I don't understand how nobody gets that. Like, don't you guys watch TV? Because honestly, the TV, they don't lie. They don't lie about that situation. They're doing it based off of what they already know and what they've already seen themselves. So when you see a corrupt cop on a TV show doing something, it's truly happening somewhere else because we have proof and evidence that it is. And it's just, it is so sad to me that people are like, oh, well, no, we should never defund the police. They do good for our city and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm sorry. Until we have racial justice, that is when the police can get a little bit of respect. Because honestly, right now, if you're a police, I honestly, I fear for your life. Because no matter what right now, nobody trusts you and nobody wants to, including myself, because it is so hard to when we all know, this whole world knows what's going on behind closed doors. When I watched that video of George Floyd, like, getting his neck just smushed underneath this guy's knee, it just broke my heart. Nobody deserves to die. Nobody. No matter what kind of criminal background or whatever that they have, nobody deserves to die. Nobody. They deserve justice and they deserve peace. And that's not justice nor peace. That is straight evil. Evil. What's even more evil is knowing that that cop knew who George Floyd was years prior to his death. What's more disgusting is knowing how many of those other cops just sat back and watched with a straight face. So no, not all lives matter until Black Lives Matter. And I want to make that very clear coming from myself. And those are my feelings and how I feel on the topic. I just saw yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whatever it was, that our president had passed a bill basically saying if you destroy more of these monumental structures and sculptures and whatever, then they will be, incarcerated or whatever. Like, they're gonna get a heavy penalty on that situation. And it just mind blows me that he's so quick to pass a bill on statues that have racial backgrounds. He's protecting that just because it's a historic thing. And it doesn't matter to me if it's historic. I do not want my future children, to see a statue that was made from a racist. I'm sorry, I don't want to have to explain that to them. I never want to in general have to explain what racism is to my kids. That's the point I'm trying to make. No little girl nor boy should ever have to learn at such a young age that they need to put their hands up when they see a cop. Because I was never taught that. I was never taught to put my hands up when a cop came. I was never taught that. Because probably the color of my skin. That makes me so upset and sad, knowing that so many kids are trying to protect their family or do right because they don't want a cop to think that they're bad kids just because of their color of the skin. It just makes me so furious with the system and so furious with this world. Why is ending racism hard? Why is ending racism a fucking debate? Racism should be ended. Racism should be demolished. I fucking hate racist people. If I see a racist person say something, I say something. Because I have such a defense mechanism on it. And I don't know why, but it's because I grew up around Black kids. I grew up around Hispanic kids. I grew up around Asian kids. I grew up around every kind of ethnicity. So that's why it just is so mind-blowing to me that even our older generation isn't understanding what we are trying to say. And we are trying to protect our friends and our families that are different races and ethnicities. And I really wanted to speak on this matter because it touches me. It touches me a lot. It touches me to the core. It's just not right. It's not right at all. And I'm here for the Black Lives Movement. I'm here. I'm going to protect you with everything that I have. And I'm going to speak on this matter and use my privilege as a platform. I never ever want someone to feel like they aren't worth what I'm worth, because everyone is worth something and everyone is a loved one and everyone is a daughter or a son, and that's what you have to think about at the end of the day. If I saw anything racist or being said, you know damn well I would open my loud mouth and say something back. I don't put up with any of that shit. Like, we all have opinions and we all have different views on things. So I'm not going to sit here and tell my sister or my mom that they're wrong. I'm just going to explain how I feel about it, and I'm going to hear what they have to say about it too. Even though we may not agree, but I'm here for the Black Lives Matter movement, and I will always be here for it. I will stand with you. I will put my fucking fist up with power. I will punch someone that says a racial slur. I will tear down a Confederate flag. Anything to help what has been happening for centuries. If you don't think that any of this is a problem, then you are a problem. And you are the reason why racism is still alive. I really needed to say something because I keep seeing more and more posts about it, and it just makes me so incredibly sad. I love everyone that I've met. I've cared for every single person that's been in my life, no matter the ethnicity, no matter the age, whatever disability. It doesn't matter to me as long as I care for that person, they care for me back. I'm gonna show them equal amounts of respect. I don't want this to last forever. I don't want this pandemic to last forever. And I just truly believe that people just need to sit and listen. They need to listen to what's actually happening and they need to approach things. How are you looking at all this stuff and just being like, well, that's sad? What? I was literally crying. I was crying because my home was being burnt, and it was because stupid rioters were ruining this Black Lives Movement, and people are coming in undercover and ruining what they have to say. They are here in peace, and they are here to end racism because they know they have been abused and beaten for so long. And I don't want that to happen anymore. And I hope that you guys don't want that to happen anymore either. Say a kind thing to a stranger, smile at someone, give them a hug, whatever you can do to help someone feel loved and appreciated. Please just be kind to one another and understand what people are going through, or at least try. That's all they're asking. And I know that I'm trying to do my part, and I'm trying to help speak on the matter. If you're silent, you're the problem. You need to speak up. You need to tell them what you think. You need to understand that this is never going to be okay. I never want my kids to go through that, and I never want me to have to explain anything to them about racism. I wish that I could go back in time and beat some ass. Like, for real. Like, please, just be kind to one another. That's all anyone is asking. I'm going to end it here. I just wanted to say about COVID and the Black Lives Matter movement that both are important right now, and we all need to be listening to what's going on and following direction of staying home and wearing a mask to the grocery store, and just stay safe in general. Please, 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 just stay safe, people. Thank you.